Hi everyone, welcome back to GameMaker Cast. It's Mickey, where we're going to take this game right here and explore the Opera GX challenges found on the GX.Games site. Let's roll the introduction and get right into it. You can download the full source code of this game in the description below. It's a very easy game, we're just using the mouse to move left and right. I've already gone ahead and I published it on the Opera GX platform. If you're not sure how to do that, you basically come up here, you choose your target, you want the games.gx, and then you just hit the build button, and once you sign in, it's going to publish up to Opera. Once you have it on the Opera platform, you basically have all this information here, where we can fill out the details, include any screenshots, also have some metadata and publishing. The one thing I want to concentrate on is challenges. Let's go ahead and create a new challenge. Let's give it a title of weekly high score. In the data type, we're going to leave it as points, and the sorting we're going to keep higher is better. So go ahead and click confirm. And once the challenge loads up, there's a few more things that we have to fill out here. We need to fill out the short description and long description. So I'm just going to copy this and paste them in. And then we need to come down and choose some cover art. The final thing that we can enable here is a timed challenge. So if you want this only to run for a week, let's start it today and end the next Friday. We could do that, or you could have it go on forever and you would just disable that. Now I'm going to hit the save button here and say confirm. Now Opera GX should save everything. And if I come up to the top, you'll notice that we have some challenge identifier. I'm going to click this little icon here to copy it into my clipboard and head back over to GameMaker. Now the way that I set up this actual project is we have an object in it, and in this object in it, you can see that we already have a spot for a high score challenge. I'm going to take that unique identifier and paste it in. Now, we need to do a little bit more besides just pasting it in. We need to make sure that we have the correct library. So if I go up to the marketplace and I open up my library, if you don't already have this one, what you're looking for is the GX.Games API. You can find it on the marketplace itself. All you have to do is look up the GX.Games API library. The only thing you need to include is the API itself, and you can see that I have mine right here in the root directory. I'm going to close this and close the create event because what I want to open up is the actual bomb itself. Whenever our player touches the bomb, you can see right here, this is where we need to send it to Opera GX, and we're basically destroying the player, which will stop the game. Now we don't want to send a score of 0 every single time, so there's some checks that we need to also consider. The reason we're going to consider these checks is because we don't want to waste the resources of Opera GX by sending every single score. So the first thing we'll do is make sure that our score is bigger than 0. Next, I'm keeping track of a local high score, and it's just a global variable to ensure that we don't send the same score over and over again. So let's make sure that our score is also bigger than the high score. Now using the API that we just imported into our project, let's see if there is a current challenge on the query string. The query string is just going to be the browser, so you don't have to worry about it. If the player is playing a challenge, we need to check what challenge they are playing. Our game currently only has one challenge, so it's not really a problem, but we're going to check the current challenge against the global high score challenge. Remember that this came from the initialization object. Now, if they are indeed playing a challenge, what we want to do is use the API to submit the score to the Opera GX platform. Everything is handled automatically. We don't have to know the user's name or anything else. And the last thing that I want to do is I want to make sure I update the global high score to equal the score so that if they play again, we're not in the same situation where we're constantly sending API requests. Now that I've added this little bit of code, all I have to do is recompile my game. I'm going to sign into Opera with the magic of editing. And you can see that GameMaker has finished uploading my game to the platform. I'm going to edit the game on Opera here, and it's going to take me to the dev cloud. I want to go over into my challenges, and then I'll click on the weekly high score. And what I want to do is I want to activate the private challenge. Now with this challenge activated, we can either click this link, but let's go over into publishing and let's open a private game just to make sure everything is working. Now in here, you can see that we have a versus button and we have a high score challenge. So we can go ahead and hit join. Now I'm going to play this until I catch at least one fruit here, and then I shall end the game. And with that done, I can come down here and you can see that we have a high score of 1 point. Now currently right now, we can only play this as private. So what we want to do is go back to the publishing and let's make this promote to public because we uploaded a new version. Once the version matches, let's make our game public and we'll say enable. And the final thing we need to do is go over into challenges and go into our weekly high score challenge, and then also enable the live challenge page. And one little thing to keep in mind that sometimes if this isn't enabled or you can't activate it, just refresh your page and it will get new information. I'm going to activate this and you can see the challenge has been activated. Now if I go to publishing and I open the public game, I should have pretty much the same thing. If I go to the versus, you can see that we have a weekly high challenge here as well, weekly high score. And if I were to play that, once the game loads up, I'm going to try and get one again. Now that I have one fruit, once I die, if I come down here, you can see my score is there. Now everyone will be able to play this until the challenge is over. And if you wanted to reset the challenge, all you would need to do is go into your challenges and we can click on edit. And down at the very bottom, we can clear the scores and we could set a new start and stop date without having to update our code. That's a quick look at how to use challenges in the GX.Games platform. I hope you liked the video. Thank you all for watching. This video was made possible by the support of viewers like you. If you like what you see and you've already subscribed, check out my Patreon site for more tutorials, polls, and access to the Discord. Special shout out to a few members in the Paul, Victor, Jerica, Robert, Ashby, Mary, and GameMaker. Once again, thank you all for this.